Solomon, richest human in history, never asked God for money. Not once. So how did he become wealthy? Here is what shocks people. 99% of Christians completely misunderstand money. That is why they stay broke. You worried about your finances right now? This is the most important video you will watch this year. You are about to discover the prosperity principle God used to make Solomon rich beyond measure. You work hard, you pray, you do everything right, but your bank account stays stuck. Sound familiar? You chase promotions, you grind for raises, you sacrifice your time. Yet somehow prosperity stays just out of reach. You watch others succeed and wonder what they know that you do not. You question if God even cares about your struggles. Here is the truth. You are not broken. The system you are using is broken. What you are about to learn changes everything. Picture this moment. A young king lies sleeping. He just got crowned ruler of Israel, following his legendary father David. The weight of an entire nation now crushes his shoulders. Suddenly God appears in his dream. The creator of the universe makes an offer. He asks Solomon one question. What do you want? Stop and think about that. God himself offering you anything. Anything at all. What would you ask for? Most people know instantly. Money, power, fame, security, long life. These are what humans chase. But watch what Solomon does. He shocks everyone. He does not ask for riches. He does not request power. He does not demand a long life. Instead, he asks for wisdom, just wisdom, to govern justly and lead his people well. Here is where it gets crazy. This choice made Solomon the richest person on the planet. God was so impressed by this request that he gave Solomon not only wisdom, but also wealth and honor beyond imagination. The twist that changes everything is this. God does not give wealth to people chasing money. God gives prosperity to people pursuing his purpose. Let that sink in for a second. The man who became richest never asked to be rich. He asked to be wise. And wealth followed wisdom automatically. But wait, before we go further, you need to understand something. Most people believe money equals peace of mind. They think a stable job equals security. They assume more money solves all problems. Solomon experienced more wealth than anyone in history. He revealed a completely different truth. Wealth without purpose becomes a burden. It weighs you down with worry. It attracts the wrong people. It creates problems you never imagined. However, wealth combined with wisdom becomes a powerful tool for good. It enables you to help others. It advances meaningful causes. It lets you live according to your values. The real peace you are searching for does not come from your bank account balance. It comes from aligning your life with God's will. This alignment creates something money can never buy. Genuine contentment regardless of your circumstances. When you understand this principle, everything changes. You stop chasing and start attracting. You stop worrying and start planning. You stop feeling like a victim and start operating like a steward. This is your first major breakthrough in understanding biblical prosperity. Now let me expose two devastating lies that keep millions trapped in poverty thinking. The first lie you have heard your entire life. Money is the root of all evil. People quote this constantly. They use it to justify poverty or feel better about financial struggles. But here is the truth. That is not what the Bible actually says. The correct verse states that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. There is a massive difference. Money itself is neutral. It is a tool, nothing more. What matters is your relationship with it, your attitude toward it, what you do with it. Money in the hands of a person aligned with God's purpose can feed hungry children, build schools, support missionaries, transform communities. The problem is never money itself. The problem is when money becomes your master instead of your servant. The second lie is equally destructive. Christians are supposed to be poor. This idea has infiltrated religious thinking so deeply that many believers feel guilty about wanting financial stability. They think poverty makes them more holy. more spiritual. But look at the biblical record. Abraham was extremely wealthy. Job was the richest man in the East. Solomon's wealth was legendary. David accumulated massive resources. These were not people living in poverty. They were individuals whom God blessed abundantly. The key difference is they managed their wealth correctly. They used resources according to God's principles. Being poor is not holy. Managing resources with integrity is holy. Understanding stewardship is holy. Using wealth to advance God's kingdom is holy. This is your second breakthrough. Poverty is not a virtue, but faithful stewardship is. Here is what most people miss. Biblical wealth consists of 4 essential elements working together to create lasting prosperity. First is wisdom. This means having knowledge and understanding to make sound decisions about money, investments, and resources. It means seeing opportunities others miss and avoiding traps others fall into. Wisdom is not just intelligence. It is practical application of knowledge in real-world situations. Second is justice and integrity. This means conducting business honestly, treating people fairly, maintaining your moral standards even when it costs you financially. It means your word is your bond and your reputation is spotless. People trust you because you have proven yourself trustworthy again and again. Third is purpose. This means understanding why God placed you on this earth and what He called you to accomplish. Your financial goals align with your spiritual mission. You are not just making money to accumulate things. You are generating resources to fulfill your purpose. Fourth is making God-aligned decisions. This means every major choice you make passes through the filter of biblical principles. You ask yourself not just if something is profitable, but if it honors God and serves His purposes. When these 4 elements are properly aligned in your life, something remarkable happens. Money naturally flows toward you. Opportunities present themselves. Doors open that were previously closed. This is not magic or wishful thinking. It is a spiritual law as reliable as gravity. But here is what you need to know right now. The problem for most people is not that they need to earn more money. The real issue is they never learned how to manage the money they already have. You can double someone's income, but if they do not understand financial management, they will just have bigger problems with a bigger paycheck. Biblical financial education changes everything. Let me give you 3 practical principles you can implement immediately. These are not theory. These are actions you take today that transform your finances within months. First is the 10-10-80 principle. Give the first 10% to God through tithing. Save the second 10% for your future. Live on the remaining 80%. This simple framework creates a foundation for long-term prosperity. It ensures you honor God first. Prepare for tomorrow. Live within your means today. Most people do this backwards. They spend first, then try to save or give whatever remains. That is why nothing remains. When you prioritize correctly, everything else falls into place. Second, keep detailed records of your finances. Proverbs 27 verse 23 instructs us to know well the condition of our flocks and give attention to our herds. In modern terms, this means tracking your income and expenses carefully. You cannot manage what you do not measure. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes each month. They just know it disappears. When you start tracking every dollar, you suddenly see patterns. You identify waste. You discover opportunities to redirect funds toward more productive purposes. Get a notebook or use an app. Write down every single dollar you spend for 30 days. You will be shocked at what you discover. Third, avoid unnecessary debt. The Bible is clear that the borrower becomes servant to the lender. Every debt payment is money that could be building your future instead of paying for your past. Some debt, like a reasonable mortgage or education loan, might make strategic sense. But consumer debt, credit card balances, and impulse purchases requiring financing are financial chains keeping you trapped. These 3 principles alone can transform your financial situation within months if you apply them consistently. but you have to actually do them. Knowledge without action is worthless. Now here is where it gets really interesting. Not everyone needs to start a business. That is important to understand. But everyone does need to learn how to create value and develop multiple income streams. This is the entrepreneurial mindset that made Solomon successful. He did not just rule. He built. He created. He invested. He expanded. You can apply this same mindset to your situation right now. Use your skills to generate additional income through freelancing or consulting. Whatever you are good at, someone somewhere needs that skill and will pay for it. Are you good with numbers? People need bookkeeping help. Are you good with words? Businesses need content writers. Are you good with design? Everyone needs graphics and logos. Your skills have value in the marketplace. Use your hobbies and interests to create small revenue streams. What you do for fun might solve problems for others. Someone will pay for your photography, your baking, your writing, your organizational skills, your knowledge in a specific area. I know people making thousands of dollars monthly from hobbies they used to do for free. Use your dead time to develop new capabilities. Those hours spent scrolling social media or watching television could be invested in learning skills that dramatically increase your income potential. There are free courses online, teaching everything from coding to marketing to financial planning. 30 minutes per day of focused learning equals over 180 hours per year of skill development. This is your third major breakthrough. God does not want you dependent on a single income source. That is not security. That is vulnerability. When you have multiple streams of income, losing one stream becomes an inconvenience rather than a catastrophe. You gain options, flexibility, true financial security. Start small. You do not need to quit your job tomorrow. Just begin developing one additional income stream this month. Test it, refine it, grow it, then add another. Over time, these streams compound and create the prosperity you have been praying for. But what about when crisis hits? Because crisis will hit. This is guaranteed. Crises reveal your real strength. Solomon wrote that if you falter in times of trouble, how small is your strength? This is not condemnation. It is invitation. It is a call to recognize that difficult moments are actually opportunities for transformation. Let me show you how this works in real life. A woman loses her corporate job during a recession. Instead of falling into despair, she starts a small online business selling products she makes at home. Within 2 years, her business generates more income than her previous job ever did, and she now employs 5 other people. A man drowns in debt after making poor financial decisions. He hits rock bottom and finally commits to learning proper money management. He reads books, takes courses, changes his habits. 5 years later, he is completely debt-free, owns investment properties, and teaches financial literacy to others. A couple faces unexpected medical bills that wipe out their savings. The crisis forces them to examine their spending, eliminate waste, build better systems. They emerge not just recovered, but actually stronger financially than before the crisis. What makes these stories possible? These people refused to see crisis as the end. They recognized it as a beginning. They understood that God often uses difficult circumstances to push us out of comfortable but limited situations into uncomfortable but expansive new realities. Your current financial struggle might be the exact catalyst God is using to move you towards the prosperity He has planned for you. But you have to cooperate with the process. You have to learn the lessons. You have to make the changes. You have to take the actions. Crisis is not your enemy. Crisis is often your greatest teacher. Financial success is not built through one dramatic moment or a single brilliant decision. It is accumulated through small, consistent actions maintained over time. Think of it like growing a tree. You do not plant a seed today and harvest fruit tomorrow. You water it daily, protect it from weeds, ensure it gets sunlight. Wait patiently while growth happens beneath the surface. Eventually, that consistent care produces abundant fruit. 3 small actions create massive results when practiced consistently. First is saving regularly. Even small amounts add up dramatically over years. $10 per day becomes $3,650 per year. Over 20 years with compound interest, that becomes significant wealth. Most people never become wealthy because they never start. They wait for the perfect moment or the big windfall. But wealth is built through steady deposits, not dramatic events. Second is investing wisely in appreciating assets. This might be education increasing your earning power. It might be stocks, real estate, or a business. The key is putting money into things growing in value rather than things depreciating. Every dollar you invest is working for you 24 hours a day, generating returns while you sleep. Third is learning continuously. Dedicate time every single day to improving your financial knowledge. Read books about money management. Watch educational content. Study successful people. Take courses. This investment in yourself pays the highest returns because it increases your ability to generate and manage wealth for the rest of your life. The beautiful truth is you can do all 3 of these actions. They require commitment, not genius. They demand consistency, not perfection. You are completely capable of implementing these practices starting today. This is the moment where your life begins to shift. Understanding is important, but declaration activates faith. When you speak truth over your situation, you align yourself with spiritual realities that supersede your current circumstances. So I want you to say this out loud right now with conviction. Today I choose wisdom over wealth, and wealth will follow. Say it again. Feel the power of those words. You are not chasing money anymore. You are pursuing wisdom, and wealth becomes the natural byproduct. You are not begging God for resources. You are aligning yourself with His principles, and prosperity flows from that alignment. This declaration is not magic. It is a statement of intent. It is you making a conscious decision to operate according to God's system rather than the world's system. Everything changes from this moment forward because you change from this moment forward. If this message resonated with you, I need to know. I have spent years studying Solomon's financial wisdom, and what I shared today is just the beginning. There are 7 specific financial laws from Scripture that Solomon used to build his empire. These principles are practical, applicable, and powerful. But I will only create that content if you want it. So here is what I need you to do right now. Go to the comments and type these exact words. God's wisdom for money. That tells me you want part 2. If I see enough of you requesting it, I will film the complete breakdown of all 7 biblical financial laws. These are the same principles that created generational wealth for Abraham, Joseph, Solomon, and countless others throughout history. They work today just as powerfully as they did thousands of years ago. Comment now. God's wisdom for money. Let me see that you are ready for the next level. Let me know you are serious about transforming your financial future according to God's principles. I am ready to teach you everything I have learned, but I need to see that you are ready to receive it. Comment right now, then share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. Your comment might be the catalyst that changes not just your life, but the lives of thousands of others ready for this truth. I will see you in part 2.